I mean, it's okay to feel like a certain way. It's okay to feel like life is unfair. Like just like thoughts, feelings arise. But I feel like we have to try our best to go past these certain like negative, very dark feelings. And yeah, like certainly you don't have to fault yourself for feeling a certain way, even no matter how dark it may be. Because again, like that's how our brain is wired too, right? I think a lot of ways the reason why we may have like a certain negative thoughts is because our brain is trying to protect us, I feel like. Right? In the case of like incels, right? A lot of times what they may end up doing is that they tend to blame women for being shallow, right? When they find themselves without any women in their life. I've been through that phase, by the way, too. Like, I've had that mentality too. What ends up happening is that you fault the other like women in general for being shallow, for being superficial, for just wanting to be with an attractive guy. They have no substance, right? They're so, they're so evil and whatnot. You label them as like worthless and whatnot, right? And you become really resentful towards them, right? And I think what's happening is that it's your brain is trying to protect you, because it's going to be so hard for you to accept that you may be the core issue, right? You may be the reason why a lot of women don't find you attractive. It's going to be so hard for you to accept that you're not attractive enough for any women out there, right? While seeing like few of like a very attractive men going on multiple dates with multiple women, you're just sitting there in your room and in loneliness and bitterness. It's an easier way out, right? To shift that blame on women instead of on yourself, because it's going to be so painful to accept the fact that, oh, I may not be desirable to these women, right? And I mean, that has been my case. It was so hard for me to accept that I may not be desirable. It's really not easy to, people tell you like, oh, just accept yourself for who you are. No shit. But it's a lot easier said than done, right? It's really, really hard to really truly be able to truly accept yourself for who you are, as you are. It's really, really hard. And even now, I sometimes or often struggle with it still. Even when I have this awareness of myself, I feel like I definitely have grown a lot of introspection and awareness, self-awareness of myself over the years, right? After so many years of struggle and painful experiences, but still, it's just so hard to accept myself as I am. As again, like I still sometimes get bitter when I go out there and see, like very attractive couple or a pretty girl, going on dates or whatever. It makes me really bitter when I see them. But then, yeah, I mean, that's the reality, right? It almost like feels like there's really, really like great force that's trying so hard to push back every time I try to accept myself, right?